to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And as you can see, it's time to go back to the theater. And ladies and gentlemen, this weekend is Valentine's Day weekend. We got 3 big releases coming out. We already saw Happy Death Day to You. That, of course, is on the channel. But, maybe you want to see a nice romantic comedy. Well, by the preview, I wasn't really too sure about this one, but it's been getting some good word of mouth. So let's go see what I thought, shall we? My review of the 2019 romantic comedy, Isn't It Romantic? Coming up now. Natalie, an Australian architect living in New York City, has hated romantic comedies since her mother told her as a young girl that the things she sees in the movies don't work that way in real life for people like them. After being mugged in the subway, Natalie hits her head, and when she wakes up, she finds her life very different. She soon discovers she's trapped in a PG-13 friendly romantic comedy universe where she realizes she must get a happily ever after moment if she wants to return to her normal life. So what did I think of Isn't It Romantic? I thought it's a creative and fun romantic comedy. I've seen a number of reviews saying that while it can be amusing making fun of the genre, it still ends up being one of those films and can be predictable, which is kind of the point, I thought. While it's parodying the romantic comedies, it finds a way of becoming a pretty enjoyable one itself. It's funny how Natalie hates all of the cliches and tropes in the films and then has to live through them, such as having the neighbor next door become her gay best friend, who has no purpose other than to help her, hearing pop music come out of thin air, singing musical numbers, have a dress change montage, or her friend at work in the real world who turns into her worst nightmare in this world. She soon realizes it's not all bad, though, as her rundown apartment is now a fabulous one with a fantastic closet containing an array of clothing and shoes, or becoming a big shot at her job. It's also a huge perk that a few of the men in her actual life are heads over heels over her in this fantasy world, like the handsome billionaire she has to make a presentation for. When her male best friend who's had a crush on Natalie for a while ends up in a relationship with a beautiful model, though, she gets rather jealous. I found myself laughing out loud pretty often here and thought a lot of the self-referential humor worked well, and there weren't too many easy jokes about Rebel Wilson's weight. Of course, the character learned some life lessons along the way, too, and there's some good messages thrown in for the audience as well. I also like that the film is a quick sit and didn't feel like it needed to drag things out or overstay its welcome like many recent comedies have. The cast stars Rebel Wilson as Natalie, the architect who finds herself in a romantic fantasy universe, Liam Hemsworth as Blake, the very rich client who goes gaga for Natalie in the fantasy world, Adam Devine as Josh, Natalie's best friend who likes her for who she really is, and Priyanka Chopra as Isabel, a yoga ambassador and model who falls in love with Josh. Isn't It Romantic is an enjoyable film with likable characters that makes a good choice as a date night watch. I'm gonna give it the rating of do it. Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/Westside515. Like the show on Facebook, Facebook.com/WestTrueBaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WesAList. Until next time, Troop out.